You mentioned 16,
Yeah.
which is sort of like a cult classic at this point. 16, total drama. I mean, you've also worked on big shows like Paw Patrol and all these, like you've worked on so many iconic shows. Why do you think that these shows like still resonate today?
Well, 16 was a delight because it's a sitcom. It's a sitcom, right? And so that really worked with my sensibilities and my experience. And I think that's why it still works. It's like friends talking about relationship struggles and personal issues, but they're teenagers. It was Friends for teens, right? And so the fact that Friends is still a hit show, I mean, Tom and Jen were very smart to say, what if we made that, at a mall and we make it with, teenagers working at a mall? It
Sorry,
was,
Tom and Jen being
oh,
the,
Tom McGillis and
yes,
Jennifer Perch, who created
yes.
16. Yeah, it was very clever. And I came in pretty early. They'd already had they'd written, I think, their first 13 episodes. And it was still called The Mall when I joined the team. And then they realized, oh, let's change it, which is good. Yeah, 16 is a great title. And yeah, and I think that's why it still resonates because it's relatable conversations and relatable pickles that you can, whether you're 12 and aspirationally watching the show, thinking about what it's going to be like when you're a cool teenager or maybe not so cool teenager, or whether you're 40 and you're like, oh God, I know what that's like. You can really relate to it. Because, of course, there was no one 12 writing the show, right? We're all tapping into our real lives. And that's, I think, to bring it back to right what you know. I think when you're writing comedy, especially, but probably also drama too. I don't do a lot of drama, so I can't speak to that. But bringing in a premise, bringing in an idea that is part of your life, something that has happened to you or to your best friend or someone you know, um, the realness of that is palpable. I think you can really, it's you can feel it when you're watching a show. Like this came from a real place, even though it's gone somewhere completely crazy on this silly sitcom. Um, so I think that's why it still resonates because it isn't just about pop culture jokes that are about the time that the show was made. And I think that's you can't really do that with animation unless you're doing South Park because animation takes like 2 years, from the scripting to actually hitting the air. It can be like so long. So a joke, writing a 6-7 joke, for a show that's not going to be on for 2 years, maybe not the best choice. Fun for the team internally to laugh at, but like in the second draft, you're probably going to want to cut that because it's just not going to be evergreen, as the term goes, right? Like just stays fresh. Whereas if it's about like being embarrassed or slipping just when you're trying to make someone impressed, things like that, that's something we can all relate to forever.
Right.